Hey everybody, thank you for joining my channel, Spiritual Awakening with Ryan Nolan. Hopefully you guys are having a great day today. I just wanted to put together a video real quick. And if you like this video, please hit the like, share, or subscribe button below. If you want to donate, there's a description box with a link there if you want to do that. If you do that, I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, so this video that I'm putting together is going to be a video regarding the fallen matrix that is falling right now on this planet. And that means that all the darkness on this planet that has been existing for a long period of time is going to be unable to operate on this planet anymore because too much light's going to be on it. And I wanted to put this together because this whole world is one gigantic illusion, an illusion within an illusion. Because, like I've stated in other videos, the universe is an illusion. It's a story based on our energy, and our energy is what's real. Our faith is what's real, because our faith is what produces the energy that creates the story. So, with that being said, the illusion that we have fallen into has been putting too much meaning on certain people within this world. And what I mean by that is a lot of celebrities, a lot of A-list actors, actresses, entertainers, athletes, the people that get a lot of recognition in the public view, that get a lot of airtime on TV, that are talked about in magazines and all the other means of communication. All these different types of individual souls that get a ton of recognition on this planet has created the imbalance necessary for us to feel, or for us to feel the darkness in this world. Because in reality, and I've talked about this in other videos, nothing means anything, because everything is you, everything is me, and we're all the same soul, and we're all having a different experience based on our faith, and our faith creates the energy that is either lower vibrational or higher vibrational. And that really depends on whether or not you understand that everything is you and there's nothing to worry about. But if you don't believe that, and you don't live in faith, and you live outside of truth, you create lower vibrational energies through the co-creation abilities that you're creating with God at every moment in time. And that is then going to be reflected back to you at some point in time as fear. And what's happening is that because we put meaning on certain people in this world, and put meaning not only on certain people but our governments, people in government, people in different positions of authority in law enforcement, and different positions of authority throughout the world, we are taking away our own power, because we're basically saying we're not living in truth. We're not living in faith when we place importance on other people, when we put other people above ourselves. We are not living in faith. We are living outside of truth, because, like I said, everything is a reflection of you, and everything is a reflection of me, and we're all the same soul. But when you elevate other people above yourself, you are living in faithlessness, because you're basically saying, I'm not everything that I experience, because this person is outside of me. I don't see the person, this celebrity or this government official or this lawyer or this doctor that I place on a pedestal. They're not me, because I'm beneath them. And I give away my light. I give away my faith. And what happens is these individuals that receive this attention and admiration and all of the coddling and all of the, fame and fortune that they get, is because of the fact that they're receiving your light, they're receiving my light, and everyone else that puts them on a pedestal. And the thing is that they're these individual souls that receive this energy are intentionally put in these positions because they're lower vibrational to begin with. These are low vibrational energies of the one self that we all share. We all share the same energy as the one soul, and we have lower vibrational energies within our soul, and we have higher vibrational energies within our soul. The individuals that are receiving admiration, these celebrities and these actors and actresses that I talked about, have made a pact with the devil in order to receive fame and fortune by exchanging their soul. And so what they're going to do is receive our light, our power, and then continue to bombard us with fear, creating pandemics, creating wars, creating all the things that we see in the world, drug problems. Does it sound familiar, what we're going through right now? Think about all of the negative things that keep happening in this world, and how we keep putting people on pedestals not realizing the correlation. We are giving away our light to people that are, or to individual souls that don't deserve it, because they're just lower vibrational versions of ourself. They're just the lower, they're just lower vibrational energies, or lower energies of ourselves. And we may think that they're above, they may appear to be above us, but in actuality, all that's been done is they've exchanged their soul with the devil. The devil's given them a pact saying that if you give me your soul, I will give you fortune and fame. All you have to do is continue to push my agenda, which is to suppress the consciousness level of mankind and to create music that is low vibrational, to say things that are in line with the demonic realm, to say things that, put the youth in compromising situations, making them feel like they got to make a choice about their sexuality at an early age. Things like this are just examples, but they make that there's low vibrational energies that make these agreements with the darker energies of the world and the devil himself in order to receive this fortune and fame, so they can perpetuate the devil's agenda. But we have to enable it. That's the thing. None of this would matter if we were living in faith. If we knew that we were everything that we experienced and nothing mattered, and that the person that I saw that was on the TV that was rapping to me or singing didn't mean anything, and I didn't buy their music, I didn't care about them, I didn't give them any of my energy, I didn't think highly of them, or think that they were God, or think that they had some sort of they were like elevated above me in any way. I didn't put them in a position to take my light, and I retained my light, and I stayed in power and in truth. This would not enable the system that is now being portrayed to us. It wouldn't work. We wouldn't be giving the light necessary for the devil to send us back low vibrational energies and fear. So that's just part of it, because there's so much corruption and so much lying going on, and so much deception and deceit in this fallen world that's taking place right now in this matrix. But it's really important to know that nothing means anything, and that's the basis of everything, because that is the foundation of our faith. And when I say nothing means anything, what I mean by that is that nothing personal is ever happening to you, because you're simply looking at yourself at every moment in time. And you may say, well, if I look at the TV and I see someone that just committed a bunch of murders, and they're talking, and they show the courtroom of a person that is in a courtroom, and he's shackled up or she's shackled up, and they're reading their rights about or the sentencing that they're going to have to endure because of all the crimes they've committed or all the murders they've committed. A lot of people will think to themselves, oh, what a terrible person, just an atrocious person that person is, right? And the thing is that is not living in truth, because what you have to understand is we are never not looking at ourselves. So that means that we have to accept everything as ourself. And so even if you see someone like that's in a situation like that, you have to understand that is reflecting back an energy that you used to have about yourself that is now being shown through this person. And people may say, that's not possible. I could never commit a murder. I could never do this or that. But the thing is, what people don't understand is the world is created by how we view ourselves. So the energy that is being reflected back through the courtroom of that person that may have committed those crimes is reflecting an energy about how you used to feel about yourself at some point in time. So there may be a time where you thought really poorly about yourself, right? I know that I have. I know that I went through a lot of darkness, and there were times where I talked really bad to myself. And that energy that I created towards myself is the energy that I now see being portrayed from certain situations. In this case, it might be a courtroom of a killer, right? Or maybe another situation that you might be encountering. But the same fact remains, is that we are always looking at ourselves at every moment in time, and that nothing means anything. So but the thing is, when you don't understand that, you start looking down on people, and if you don't understand that everything is you and you're just watching and observing yourself, you might start elevating other people above your head, right? And what that means is that you're judging at that point. You let judgment start coming into your reality. You let judgment and discrimination and stereotyping start to play a role in your reality. And that's when people start going down the rabbit hole, because when you do that, you start continually, while you're judging and while you're discriminating or whatever it is that you're doing, maybe looking down or elevating somebody, you're creating more energy that is not of truth. You're creating more low vibrational energies that's going to continue to reflect back to you in your reality. And you're going to continue to believe that what you're seeing isn't you, because you're not living with faith. You're not living with the balance or the equilibrium of spirit within you that knows that nothing means anything and that everything is you. And that is the ultimate goal, is to get to the point where you make nothing mean anything personal, and you allow everything to unfold as it's supposed to. And when you start practicing this and you start detaching from the world personally, and through meditation, through stillness, through music, through prayer, through reading the Bible, through service and helping other people, you start seeing yourself and others, because the truth of the matter is everybody's you, right? Everybody's reflecting energy that you used to feel about yourself. And you start pulling away from being attached to the world and being intermingled with the world and becoming mixed with the world and attached to it, to being completely detached and observing your life as if it's a movie. Because in reality and in truth, that's what you're doing. In truth, you are watching your life as a movie. Now, if you want to believe that that things do mean things personally and you don't live in truth, you're going to create a movie that you're observing, and it's going to seem very chaotic, because you're going to feel like you have to control everything, that you have to manipulate things, that you have to control certain outcomes, because in order for things to work out and be successful, you can't just let things unfold, because you don't realize everything's you. You think that everything's outside of you, and that these people that you're dealing with or seeing are not you, because you can't see yourself in them. And that's outside of the truth. But you are the ones creating that movie. You're still the one manifesting that reality for yourself. And the point of this is to let you know that we are all the sole manifester of our own reality. We are all co-creating our own reality with God, based on our energy and based on our faith. And that is the reality. That's the truth of the matter. But the thing is that the fallen world that we live in right now is so low vibrational, because everybody continues to go down the rabbit hole of believing that, we have to judge other people, we have to compare other people. And that's why social media is such a difficult and challenging, and I would just say intentionally disruptive and intentionally um, dangerous weapon that the enemy has used against God's people, because it keeps us in a lower state of consciousness, because we're always comparing and contrasting our lives to other people. We're always looking to see what other people said about us. What did they say? How should I respond? That kind of thing. And that gets us away from realizing that it doesn't mean anything. If you knew that nothing meant anything, would Facebook even be, would that even have been, created? Would the cell phone that we look at every day, that we text and we, do all these things on our phone every day, would we be on the phone as much as we are? Or would the phone even be relevant at all if we knew that nothing meant anything? Probably not. Our life would be a lot different, right? And that's why I'm talking about the world we live in right now is so dangerously evil and so out of whack and so out of alignment with truth. And it's because we have been lied to, manipulated, and corrupted. Our soul has been corrupted, and the enslavement of our soul has been bombarded with low vibrational energies to keep us in a state of fear, so that we never realize what I'm talking about, which is that nothing means anything. If you were continually bombarded with low vibrational fear, and it was just your own fear that you created at some point in time that is now being reflected back to you, isn't it? It's easy to imagine now how hard it is to get out of that predicament, right? Because you're going to always feel like you got to survive. You got to figure out what's the next thing that what's the next conflict that you have to overcome? How am I going to overcome this situation? Everyone's in the survival of the fittest type of mentality. But the thing is, at any moment in time, you can step into truth and into faith and realize that nothing means anything, even as low vibrational energies that you've created at some point in time that are being reflected back to you. If you at some point realize it doesn't mean anything, you can still walk in that truth and break free from the matrix. That's the thing. You could still at any point in time allow God to show you the way and allow Jesus Christ to show you the way from this fallen world into the truth of, and reality of what awaits you in the kingdom of heaven, when you just allow yourself to observe your life as a movie without making anything mean anything personal. And the way to do that is to cultivate your consciousness within you, your soul, to the point where you don't make anything personal, and you detach yourself from the world, and you don't seek validation from the outside world. Think about it. Validation from the outside world is what everybody seeks right now, isn't it? Everybody's looking for outside validation when it comes to um, all types of industries, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it's in entertainment, whether it's in sports, politics. Everyone's trying to get validation from other people to say, look at this person, look what they said about me. Now I'm validated, right? But the thing is that that doesn't matter, because the person that's validating you is just representing an energy of a way you used to feel about yourself, and now you're basically taking away your power by trying to receive external validation when you don't. You already have all of the validation that you need within you when you accept yourself as you are, which is that nothing means anything. And it's like trying to control something. When you try to get external validation, it's trying to control your reputation. But the thing is, your reputation doesn't need to be controlled, because there's no reputation to control. Why? Because you aren't separate from your experience. You are observing everything as yourself. Everything that you see is you. There's not one thing that's you that's separate from anything else. Therefore, there's no way to say that that's me. I am a body, or that person over there is separate from me, or the tree over there is separate from me. When you realize that everything is created with your energy, and your energy is who you really are, and the energy is the background of the story that you're creating, then you realize that there is no separation. And that's when this veil starts falling in this world, and people start realizing how much power and light they've been giving away every time they've sought external validation, every time they've looked at